Good morning, guys. So, I'm gonna do a book review on the Embrace series, but the final book, Empower. I'm sorry for my appearance. I feel like I'm the only YouTuber that does not care about my physical appearance, whatever, on camera. But I'm gonna do a review on this book. So, I wanted to start reviewing by going on the first book, but I do not have the first book with me, so why not start with the last book? So, there's going to be spoilers ahead, so if you do not want to hear any spoilers, then do not watch this video, but there's going to be spoilers. So when I finished the last book, in Blaze, I was left feeling emotional. I did not know what's going to happen because Violet had left Lincoln, and I was like, are they gonna get back together? What's gonna happen? Blah blah blah. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was so scared that they were not gonna end up together or anything. So the first chapters of the book, Violet is in London and she's cold now because she has the essence of Phoenix. So then that means she knows how to shut her feelings off completely. So she was trying to stay away from Lincoln, even though Lincoln, she loved him no matter what, and she was running away from him. And then she was called to go to the academy, back to the academy, because her friend Spence got taken by Samuel, one of the exiles. So then she went back to the academy, and then that's when she saw Lincoln again, and that's basically the plot of the story. Rescue mission for Spence and take down Samuel. So then, reading the last book, I was so scared. You have no idea how scared I was, because it's the last book and I really, really, really love this series so much. I really love this series. But then, when I was reading it, I was so emotional, even though it took me like 3 days to finish the book. I was so emotional because I was like, oh my god, it finishes, then part of my childhood finishes, because I started reading this when I was in high school, and that was years ago when it came out. So now, and when did this book come out? Let's see. Hold on, give me a moment. Okay, so it came out in the United States 2014, and it's 2017. So yeah, 3 years ago I had the chance to finish the book, but I didn't want to finish it because I was too scared. Because I knew the final battle, she might die, and I didn't want to read about her dying. Yeah, I would be sad and everything, and because she already died in Blaze and came back to life. So like, I was like not ready, because when I was reading that, the fourth book, in Blaze, I was crying. Even though it's a book, I was crying, okay? So I was not ready for this one. I'm sorry for the noise, background noise, she's coughing. Anyway, so yeah, this is part of my childhood, and I feel like my childhood is like completely finished now because I read all of the books. Like, look at the other ones. I'm gonna get them and I'm gonna do a review, and it's by Jessica Shirvington. She actually emailed me once, because I emailed her when I was younger, and I was like, oh my god, I love your books, I don't want it to end. And then she's like, the series has to end sometime. She replied like a month later, so I was happy about that. Anyway, I digress. But this book was pretty good, I have to say. I'm very satisfied with the ending, even though I was kind of like, it's too good to be true. Sometimes when things are too good to be true, they're too good to be true. But then I kept reading, and even though some characters did die, some important characters died, like, I wasn't too sad, because all I cared about was Phoenix, Violet, and Lincoln. Because if one of those three were to die, I would be really pissed and I would cry. But none of those guys died, so thank God. Because I really thought Phoenix died, but no, now he's a mere human. Yes, thank God, finally he's mere human, because Phoenix is so complicated. But anyway, I'm so happy that Violet finally stopped being a bitch and finally decided to go back to Lincoln, because Lincoln was like, I love you, I want you. And she's like, I want you, but no, I don't want you. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want you to die for me, whatever. What? To me, if I love someone, I would probably risk my life for them. But in the book, they were like all about how if you really love someone, you evolve and you trust them to fight for their own battles. You can stand on the sidelines and watch them fight their own battles. So that's kind of what the story was about. And the story was about fighting for love. Love is worth fighting for and surrendering to. And surrendering to yourself, being yourself, you know, who you are, finally discovering who you are. So with that, she was empowered, and that's why this title of the book is Empower. So anyway, I think that's a really good message, that love is worth fighting. Overall, I would suggest this book to people. I keep bringing it up because I'm so happy with it. So yeah, I would suggest this book to people. The series is really good. You have to read Embrace. It's a really good series if you're into angel stuff, angelic things, learning about that. It's pretty cool because I actually learned about things that I didn't know about in the biblical sense, and I think it's worth it because I'm into all these angels and fallen angels, and I like all that stuff, so it was very good for me to read. So yeah, it's a good book. Happy ending for the most part. Yes, happy ending for me. I'm satisfied. Lincoln and Violet married by the angels, and yeah, I like the way it ended, and it needed to end nice after all this heartache and loss. And this is why I need to do a review of the other books, because the other books are so much more complicated. But yeah, that's my take on this series. So please go and read her book, Embrace, and I will be back with another book review if you thought this was semi helpful. Okay, so bye.